friend. Welcome to the Fruitful Fertility Podcast. Do you want to better understand your body so you can get pregnant naturally? Do you find yourself up late at night Googling how to ovulate on your own or natural fertility tips? Do you feel lost on what your next step should be? Hey, I'm Tori, a registered nurse, Christian fertility coach, and your new TTC BFF. When I started my fertility practice, I realized how much the modern medical system was missing when it came to supporting women trying to get pregnant. I knew God had called me to this space to bridge that gap and provide more natural fertility support and education. With time and a little trial and error, I found a foundational way to assess infertility cases and get better results. In this podcast, you will finally understand how your body and fertility work, support to stay off that emotional roller coaster, and a proven strategy to improve ovulation and increase your fertility naturally. If you're ready to get started, drop those ovulation sticks and grab a pen because, girl, you look fertile to me. Girl, I hope you have your big girl pants on today because I am about to get on my soapbox, my fertility supplement soapbox. This is the hill I will die on every single time. Because this is a place where I see us waste so much time, so much energy, so much money. We put all our faith in these little bitty capsules thinking they're going to solve all our problems, and we're going about it completely the wrong way. And don't worry, this is for your benefit. I'm going to teach you some misconceptions, why you're kind of staying stuck in the supplement routine, and exactly what you can do about it. And know that I speak of this from a place of also being here. If you could see my medicine cabinet right now, it is full of supplements that I don't currently take because I love supplements. I don't even say all of this because I don't love buying supplements. I say it because this is the hamster wheel we get stuck in time and time again. This is probably the number one question I see in fertility Facebook groups is, hey, what did you guys take? What are you taking? I'm ready to try something new. And we're just literally throwing spaghetti at a wall and seeing what sticks. So I want to cut through all the fluff, cut through all the mess, cut through all the guesswork and wondering what you should be taking and tell you exactly what to take for your body. So let's jump right into this. The first thing I want to talk about are these misconceptions that we have. And I really want you to lean in here because I am willing to bet that you're going to hear one of these and you're going to be like, oh, that's me. That is totally me. So misconception number one is that one supplement will change everything. That you are just one supplement away from becoming pregnant. That's probably how you feel. And even especially on social media, we see a lot of marketing from influencers and other people where the way they're marketing it and talking about it is like things were terrible. And then they took this one supplement and everything changed. And I want you to know that is not likely. I'm not saying that it can't happen, and I'm not saying that a small supplement tweak can't really be a game changer. But what I'm saying is if you see these people, this is an example, and this is an influencer I love. I love her. I'm not going to mention her name or anything, but because I truly do love her. But one thing I have seen her post recently is that it said, you had awful debilitating periods until you started taking this greens powder. Now, I do not believe personally that all she did was start taking a greens powder and it changed her period situation, that she was having these awful, terrible cramps, couldn't get off the floor, started taking greens powder and everything changed. That is not very likely. I can't say that it's not true because it's not my story, but I just want you to know that if you are really see that kind of marketing and are really hopeful and that's what's making you want to buy, it's likely not the one thing they change. If people are making health changes, they're probably exercising more, they're probably eating better, they're probably working on their sleep. And then the supplement is just the icing on the cake that helped everything work together. You will always hear me refer to supplements as the icing on the cake, but we have to have the cake. We have to do the other work. So one supplement is not likely to be this magic trick you think it's going to be. I know in everything, not just fertility, but in everything we do, we kind of tend to think that there's this secret somewhere that we haven't found. We're constantly searching Google or Instagram or TikTok or whatever because we think, oh, if I just keep looking, I'll find that one thing that I'm missing that's going to change everything. But it's more often, way, way more often, that it's a bunch of small things that add up. And so I just want to mention too that if you are wanting steps for the cake, if you're like, I need to know what to eat, I need to know how to exercise, I need to know how to regulate my nervous system and what supplements to take, then come join us in the Conception Connection. We're just getting kicked off. We launched March 27th and ladies are joining. We're finding partners. We're getting ready for our first call next week. And I am so stinking excited. And I think it's going to be really powerful. And that's exactly what the Conception Connection does, is drop you all the baby steps that you need to do in a really bite-sized piece so you don't get overwhelmed. And that is your magic trick. So it's not this one supplement hanging off in in space somewhere that you haven't found. It's these baby steps that all add up to improved fertility. Misconception number 2 is that you need to be on like 20 supplements. I have seen pictures of women that will take pictures of like all the supplements they're taking for their fertility journey on their counter, and there's like 20 bottles. And because again, it's this desperation, this magic trick of like, oh, this one supplement will change everything. And I want you to know, you don't have to take 20 supplements to see results. You really don't. You just need to take the right ones. Who wants to take 20 pills a day anyways? I'm sure you don't. I know I don't. So save your money, put it back in your purse so you can go buy a nice coffee. You don't need to buy any more supplements. Or you don't need to guess on any more supplements. But again, towards the end of this episode, I'm going to tell you what to take and how you can find out exactly what you want to take. But you don't need 20 supplements. Number 3 is taking what someone else took will work for you. That is a misconception. So while that could be true, it's likely that the reason Sarah got pregnant after she started X, Y, and Z is because that's exactly what her body needed. But your body may not be in the same state as Sarah's. Is that the name I used? So if X, Y, and Z worked for Sarah, you may need A, B, C. Like your bodies are different. What you're maybe minerally, you're balanced differently. Maybe Sarah has PCOS and you don't, or maybe you have PCOS and Sarah doesn't. You see what I'm saying? Like what worked for her will only work for you if it's the exact same situation. It's not that it's these magic fertility supplements. It's giving your body exactly what it needs. Which actually brings me to the next point, that it's not usually quote unquote fertility supplements that you need. So on the market, there are a lot of like fertility boosting supplements and hormone balancing supplements. And those tend to have a lot of herbs like Vitex and chasteberry and those types of things. And I'm not saying that they're not helpful, because they absolutely are in the right situation, in the right dosage, which is why I would suggest working with an herbalist. I have one named Taylor Jeffers. I have another one named Kira that are wonderful women. I will put their Instagrams in the show notes and you can work with them. They can tell you exactly what herbs you need. That is not my specialty, but that's typically what a lot of these fertility supplements are. And to be honest, when I work with clients, I hardly ever use herbs. I will sometimes, but hardly ever, because that's not really what our bodies need. Way more often, it's very basic things like digestive support, more magnesium, things that balance our mineral ratios, more things like sodium, potassium, these really basic things that you wouldn't think, because they're not marketed as fertility supplements. So keep that in mind too, that I'm not saying that these quote unquote hormone balancing supplements aren't helpful, but I'm saying a lot of times that's not what you need to get over the hump and start ovulating and regulate your periods and get pregnant, or not in my experience anyways. And the last misconception is that you'll see a difference in 1 month. That's not like, now the supplement that I use with clients and talk about, my clients do typically see a difference in a month, but the real change comes in about a 3-month period. So if there's something you're trying, go ahead and get that 90-day supply so you can get the discount and subscribe and save and all that stuff, because you're typically going to need about 90 days before you know if it works for you or if it doesn't. This is another reason why just guessing at what you need is wasting your time, because I want you to think of it in 3-month periods. If you're taking something because you saw it posted in a Facebook group and you need 3 months to know if it's right for you, you buy it, you take it for 3 months. 3 months later, you're like, I don't really feel any different. That didn't do anything. Now we're 3 months behind, right? So what if you just knew exactly what your body needed in the first place? And so you're not wasting 3-month stacks, essentially. Okay, so let's get to the good stuff, what you actually want to know, how to know exactly what your body needs, exactly what quote unquote fertility supplements you need. And if you do not, I'm going to talk about HTMA testing and why I think that is the best route. But if you are not ready for that, you want to start really simple, this is my best suggestion. Start with the basics. Don't go crazy and go all over the place and take all the things. I want you to just start with the basics. And in my opinion, the easiest way to do that is with Parallel's Conception Support Pack. It is a prenatal, omega-3s, CoQ10, and extra folate. Those are very basic supplements that provide a lot of value for anybody and everybody. You've got a prenatal, which is giving you those vitamin minerals you need. You've got an omega, which is helping to decrease inflammation. Very typically, inflammation is a culprit of so many things: joint pain, fertility issues, acne, just so much. So when we're taking something that kind of covers that across the board, it's really helpful. CoQ10 is really good for egg quality. This is an antioxidant that works really great for improving fertility and egg quality and sperm quality. So it's really helping protect your body and your cells from being damaged. So in this pack, and you have the extra folate too. So in this pack, we've got the prenatal for vitamins and minerals. We've got an anti-inflammatory. We've got an antioxidant. We've got some extra folate to really beef up those ferritin stores, because when you become pregnant, not if, but when you become pregnant, you're going to need those. Your baby's going to need those for good, healthy development. So that is my suggestion. That is what I think is the most cost-effective way, the most simple way. I also really love their packs because they come in the little, I don't know what the official name is, but like instead of in bottles, they're in a little pack. So you tear the top off and everything you need for the day, like single serve or daily servings. It makes it really easy to throw one in your purse. You're not opening 10 bottles in the morning. But even just those 4 supplements, if you bought them all separately, if you bought a high quality one that is, organic, third party tested, which I highly, highly recommend for any supplement you take, it would probably cost you about $30 a bottle, $40 a bottle. So that could be, what's 3 times 4? 12. So that could be $120 that you would spend on those supplements. But this Parallel Conception Support Pack, which is third-party tested, really high-quality standards. You can go read their story on their website. Really great company. I have loved partnering with them, but it's all for less than $50. And you can use my code below and the code Tori15, or I'm sorry, my link below in the show notes, and the code Tori15 to get a discount. So I highly, highly recommend that as a great place to start. But if you want to know exactly what your body needs, then it's time to do HTMA testing. This is my specialty. This is what I do with my clients to help them find answers for unexplained infertility, to help them regulate their cycles, to improve ovulation, and to just straight up get pregnant. We look at your mineral balances because it tells me so much of what's going on in your body and what it needs to thrive. So it will tell me how your thyroid's doing, what your blood sugars are doing, how your adrenals are operating, what's going on with your digestion. If you're dealing with heavy metal exposure that we need to root out, it gives me information for exactly what your body needs. And again, sometimes it's really simple. So if you listen to Allie's story, that was one of the most recent episodes. I believe it was episode 82. And we talk about how for her, she wasn't sure she was ovulating. We did her HTMA and we just put her on 3 things. I think it was a probiotic, some vitamin B's, and something else. You have to go back and listen to that episode. Allie actually comes on the podcast and shares her story, which was so fun. And that's all her body needed. So she didn't need 20 supplements. She didn't need all these quote unquote fertility supplements. She just needed a probiotic, a vitamin B, and I really wish I could remember what the third one was, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Something for progesterone support, I believe. And it really can be that simple. And even over the years, my HTMA bundle has evolved where now you get the test. You get 3 calls with me and you get Vicon, which will also be linked in the show notes. So you could, check out their website and see what they're all about. But what is really, really cool about Vicon is this is a handmade for you, just for you supplement. So we do your HTMA test. I send your HTMA test to Vicon. They formulate a powder for you with everything you need. So instead of taking a bunch of different supplements, it's all in one powder supplement. And it even comes with your name on it because this is not something that is sitting on a shelf and they take off the shelf and they mail to you. Like, they actually make it for you based off your test. So you want to talk about not wasting time, not wasting money, knowing exactly what your body needs and having something made exactly for you. That is exactly what Vicon does. And in the HTMA bundle, your first month of Vicon is included in your package. And I've had clients that have done this protocol and are pregnant in 2 months, much like Allie that I was talking about earlier. I've had clients that in a month's time have noticed an increase in energy, an increase in their libido, an increase in their cervical mucus, like just all good signs that their fertility is improving. And it is because this is so strategic. This is so root cause based. We're not guessing. We're not wasting time. We're looking at exactly what's going on inside your body, what it's missing, where the hiccup is. So again, if you are someone who has been dealing with unexplained infertility, all your blood labs look normal, so you have no idea, and maybe that's one of the reasons why you're kind of trying all the supplements, because you have no direction and don't know exactly what to do. This is for you. You will not get an HTMA test where I'll go, I don't know. Everything looks normal. That will not happen, I promise you. And then we will be able to formulate a plan based on your test for exactly what supplements you need. This will cut down on money. This will cut down on time. This will cut down on guessing. This will cut down on that emotional roller coaster of wondering if you're wasting your time and your money. It is just the coolest thing. I'm a nerd. I think it's cool. I love, like, even as a fertility coach, a nurse, a provider for you guys, I love it because I know, like, we're not getting it wrong. Like, we're not even relying just on my intelligence or my experience. We got the proof. We got the proof on the paper of what you need. So again, I'm gonna wrap this up because I'm getting long-winded, but you can see how truly passionate I am about this and how powerful this test and this tool is. So if you are someone who is searching for the right fertility supplements, you want to know exactly what you should take, you're ready for results, then come do an HTMA with me. The link is in the show notes. You can find a little more information about it, and there's actually even a free masterclass link below. Okay, so I'm gonna recap this really quickly for us, okay? Some of the misconceptions that are keeping us stuck in this fertility supplement game is that one supplement will change everything. Supplements are not magic tricks. They are simply the icing on the cake. Number 2, you need to be on 20 supplements. No, you do not. That's not what you need. Taking what someone else took will work for you. Could be true, but there's a bigger chance that that's not accurate because what her body needed and what your body needs are 2 different things. Usually fertility supplements are not what you need. Usually it's a little more basic, a little more root cause, a little more foundational mineral balancing that we need. And that you'll see results in 1 month. Not very likely. You usually need 3 months. And if you're looking for a really basic way to cut through the fluff and you just need somewhere to start, get that parallel conception support pack. Just start there. Start there for 3 months. Then when you're ready, let's do HTMA together. The 3-month package. We'll do your test. We'll go over your health history. We will get to the root cause of what's going on, and then we will formulate you your very own fertility supplement to help you get results. Okay. I love you, friend. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next Monday. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If this episode touched your heart or taught you something, I'd be honored if you share it with a friend who could use the information too. And if you want to be the real MVP, then would you also take 30 seconds to tap those 5 stars at the bottom and leave a written review telling me what you're loving? It lights me up to know this podcast is really helping you. Don't forget, you're super cute and super fertile, so meet me back here next week and let's keep chatting and learning together.